Well, I got a little personal life stories that are kind of fun because, it was Halloween last month. Both my boys wanted to be something kind of unique. Gabriel wanted to be a WooZoo fan.
What's that?
A WooZoo fan is like a globe circular fan. They sell them at Costco. That's where he
Oh, okay.
saw. Yeah, that's where he saw them. He was like, "Oh, I like those fans." I'm like, "Okay, sure." It's like, "Can we get one of those fans?" And he was like, "Sure," because he had like some money from like Tooth Fairy or something. And I was like, "You can buy this fan, sure." And he's like, he loves this fan. He has it right next to his bed. He's just like, he turns it on every night. Although nowadays it's getting cold at night, so I'm like, you better turn that off. But he doesn't want to. So he's like, I want to be a WooZoo fan for Halloween. I'm like, oh, how are you gonna do that? Well, I had this like, oh, maybe I can print out like a logo and we can put it on like a poster board or something. And he's like, no, I don't want to wear a sign of a fan. I don't want to wear a picture of a fan. I want to be a fan.
I want to be a fan.
Okay, sure. But I was like, okay, first I'm gonna probably need the WooZoo logo, and I was like, oh, I could probably just print that out myself. But I was like, oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna email the WooZoo company and see if like they just have stickers or something. So I emailed them like, oh, it's my son wants to. This might be a strange request, but my son wants to be a WooZoo fan for Halloween. Can you send any like stickers or decals or something? If you have any, it's fine if you don't. And they came back and they're like, yeah, our like design team is making you some stickers. We're gonna send you an empty box just in case if you want to like cut the logo out of there. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks. So they it took them a while to send it because like the lady went on vacation. I guess somebody was supposed to send it, and then she came back and the person didn't send it, so she had to send it. But it got to us like the day before Halloween, and then I had to figure out how to like make a fan costume. So I was like searching around, and there is a joke costume for adults called The Shit Hits the Fan. It is a circular fan. It kind of looks like a WooZoo fan, and it has little pieces of shit on it. It's supposed to be a pun.
Is it like Velcro shits?
Yeah, they're like little plush poops that are sewn on. When you're looking at a JPEG on the internet, you're like, I don't know if these are like plastic poops, like glued on, and it would be hard to take off.
Get them off. Really.
I had no idea, but it was on clearance for $17. It was originally like $55, so I was like, $17, that's worth an experiment. So I just ordered it, and it came in. Yep, there were plush poops. They had little strings. I cut all the strings. I didn't want to show him this costume with poops on it because he'd think it's funny and want to wear it, and I didn't want that. I didn't want that. But I showed it to him like without the poops. He's like, oh, it's perfect. It's circular. It's made for adults, but we put it on the back of him and we like tied the neck so it kind of like propped up higher. So it worked. It worked really well actually. And then the logos came in, and so I put I made like there were square stickers, so I had to like put them on a piece of poster board that's a circle, and I put it in the middle because in the middle of the costume it said number 2 fan company. It looked like a WooZoo fan when I was done. I was like, this is great. This is the easiest fan costume I ever made, and got the WooZoo fan company involved. That's really fun. And I took some pictures and I sent it to the WooZoo fan company person, and they're like, I showed this at my Monday meeting, and everyone in the meeting stood up and applauded.
We did it.
We did it. It probably was like really fun for them. I mean,
when do they ever have a literal fan of one of their products?
Yeah, who's like 8 years old and cute. So
and Noah's this was Gabriel. Yeah, right. Noah, I saw dressed as Noah recently.
Yeah, because there was at our church there's like an All Saints Day party. And Noah's technically not a Catholic saint, but he gets grandfathered in, literally.
Right.
So
he was adorable in that costume. That was a very cute picture.
Yeah, because he had a little boat, and we put some stuffed animals on it and he had a little fake beard. It was really cute.
Yeah,
he wanted to be. This is funny too because it's very specific. He wanted to be a neighborhood dog whose name is Wallen. So every once in a while, this couple is walking their dog. Noah's really excited to see this dog. The dog's name is Wallen, Wallen, and it's a Labradoodle. It's really cute. He loves that dog. We don't even know this couple's name, but he knows the dog's name. He's like, I want to be Wallen for Halloween. So we get him a like kind of a curly dog costume, just like off of the internet. And it comes with like a little dog tag, and we wrote Wallen on it. And so he looks like a little Labradoodle. He has the Wallen thing. And then he's like, I want to go trick-or-treating. I want to go to their house and surprise them.
That's awesome.
They don't know we're doing this. And so he gets to the house, and the guy is like, oh my God. And he like yells to somebody in the house. He's like, you guys aren't going to believe this. but there's a kid here dressed as Wallen. And he takes a picture of him and everything, and it's just like probably really surreal and stuff like that. And then just a couple days ago, I get home and I look in our mailbox and there's a card, and it's the couple wrote a note to Noah as Wallen. It's like, I was so surprised that you I don't know your name though. Can you please let us know? And it was really fun, and we can't stop thinking about it. It's so great. And so
I mean, it must have been mind blowing. Like I imagine, like if you were just going about your life and like a cute little kid showed up dressed like your dog, and you don't know them personally.
Yeah, I mean they know like us by sight, but and they've interacted with us. But he was just, and they know that he likes Wallen. But it was probably a real big surprise. Just really cute Halloween and creative Halloween costumes that I thought that delighted people far and wide.
We did a bunch of stuff. We aside from trick or treating, the night of trick or treating, there were quite a few kids, and we of course went by the Mike's. Mr. Halloween's yard, which was amazing. But there was this one couple that was wasted. They were like an older couple, and they were handing out candy. It was one of those like take all the candy to Gloria, and then they were like, and then for the parents, and there was a giant basket of nips, and we were like, oh, we don't drink, and they're like, oh. You could tell the husband was like a quiet drunk that was kind of done with his wife. And the wife, she talked to us for 20 minutes. We couldn't get the fuck away. She kept bringing up new topics, and it was, when like adults are talking to you for too long and your child starts to break away, and there's like the stress of your child breaking away, and sometimes you can use that to be like, okay, I think I'm leaving.
Go bye.
Bye. But we went to a local high school, middle school, put on a Beetlejuice Jr. They did a great job, actually. It was like for a local community theater, it was quite fun. Good musical. Deo in the middle of the play and stuff.
I'd just like to say, good night on a drink of rum.
Lots of people dressed as Beetlejuice. It was good for Gloria to see that. I would like for her to get involved with maybe some community theater or something. I think it'd be, because we've been doing like swim and gymnastics and Cub Scouts, and I think maybe like the arts. She's into the arts, We also went to a haunted hallway at her school where I saw like everybody I've ever went to school with. For Halloween, she dressed as this cloaked lady that she dressed as in B&B. Now, she got that idea because she was watching, I think The Odds One Out is a YouTuber that's one of these animated, like they draw like kind of whiteboard or crude drawings, and they tell stories about their lives. There's it's a huge genre of YouTube. I think it's called like My Story Time or something. It's a genre of YouTube. The Waiting for Nintendo guys described it better than I can.
This is called Storytime animation. It has existed since probably like 2010. Some people have tens of millions of subscribers doing them. And the formula is there's a really light animations, usually with like kind of scratchy, like stick figure-esque, but like well done, these people.
Yeah, but like they know how to animate, yeah.
But my kid loves them and is actually like kind of into animation. She asked that for Christmas. She said, could I get some kind of animation application on my iPad? But he told some story about, I don't know, this time that he went to the print copy center and there was an old lady in a cloak with a lantern, and it was like an exaggerated story.
And this like vertically challenged and hefty, not unlike a circle-shaped woman who is wearing a cloak, and I'm not kidding you, carrying an 1800s lantern, just brushes past me and walks right up to the counter to cut me in line.
And so she got it in her head that like, that's what I want to be for Halloween. But then by the time she actually had to show up to places dressed like this and people were saying, what are you? She needed a better answer. And so she just said, I'm a ring wraith from Lord of the Rings.
I'm a ring wraith from Lord of the Rings.
And in her little voice, always, I'm a ring wraith. People are like, a what? Like nobody, it wasn't registering over and over and over again. So she started, I have video of it. She started stomping around going, I'm a ring wraith. I'm a ring wraith. No soul and no purpose.
Ring wraith. I have no soul or purpose in life. I'm a ring wraith.
Like before COVID, everybody on my neighborhood participated in Halloween. And then after COVID, like almost nobody on our street
killed
does.
It. Yeah.
Except for me. So I get a lot of people coming by because I'm the only one with lights on.
Oh, wow.
And so I was, I was roasting pumpkin seeds. I was handing out candy. And I think the kids were really nice. Like, kids were very polite. I was actually really shocked, actually. I think something happened during COVID where everyone just became cooped up and polite somehow.
Yeah, it's some mix of being polite and weird.
Yeah, a little bit polite and weird. And so yeah, and it was everybody, all walks of life, like big, small. They were all polite and weird. But it was nice. I would just like held out the bowl, and they would just take one piece of candy and be like, "Thank you." And if they're like, "How many should I take?" and I'm like, "Go nuts." And they just take one piece of candy and go, "Thank you." I'm like, you know what? It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been better. It was fun. But I don't know. By the time we got to the end of Halloween, I was like kind of Halloweened out. I'm kind of ready for like early Christmas almost.
Yeah, I was telling you about thinking about I have my RGB Pi there, and it can play on a CRT. So I was going to load it up with a playlist of all the Christmas type movies, the Rudolph and Grinch and all that stuff, all the Charlie Brown. We'll put it all on there. We'll put Christmas Vacation on there, sure. Obviously, the full screen version, we'll put it on there. Yeah, I guess it's like a trend on Instagram to have kitchen TVs. Is that a thing now? So you know what? I'll do that too. I got plenty of TVs. One of them could be
They're like little white ones people like, right?
Yeah, those are the ones people like. Obviously, because of that, I think they've gone up like way in price.
Can't have anything.
It is not worth it. You don't want to pay like $300 for like this old piece of tech that's probably going to die in a few years. So
that reminds me of I've been getting recommended on YouTube a channel called Caffeine and Consoles. Have I told you about this?
No.
It's like a hipster who's about our age from the Pacific Northwest. He's also a dad, but he's got, I don't know, he's clearly a hipster. And the whole channel is about like, video games was one of my first loves. But I feel like with the stress of today, streaming and online games and too many ROMs.
When people are given more than two options, the likelihood of them actually being able to decide one is exponentially more difficult. When they are only given two options, you have a 50-50 chance.
Sometimes I like to go back to analog.
Now, as someone who's trying to analogify my life,
this is my chromatic.
Imagine stuff like this. This is my chromatic.
It plays Game Boy and Game Boy Colors, and I like its limitations.
This is a lot more important to me than I think I'm articulating limitations.
And he makes it seem like, like I just want a 1 gigabyte SD card with 2 games on it, man.
Well, Russ from Retro Game Corps recently did a video.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, we're only going to put 5 games on here, man.
But I'm now calling it my 5-game handheld. The idea behind this is that I've only got 5 games installed on it.
This guy is he makes it seem like offline gaming is like reconnecting with nature itself, like climbing a mountain. Like, dude, like it's, yes. To some degree, what you're saying connects with me. That's why I'm continuing to watch. But I'm like, the Minish Cap is not, like reconnecting with God. Oh, the reason it's called Caffeine and Consoles is because he inevitably always makes coffee in some huge fucking ridiculous contraption. So he's always like, hey guys, so today I was just thinking, wouldn't it be great if all of us dads got together and finished Zelda the Minish Cap?
I've challenged myself, as well as the Discord, which is linked below, to go through the Minish Cap, Zelda the Minish Cap, before the end of this year.
And he's making coffee out of some giant rusted out tuba or something.
This little Back to the Future breakfast machine or whatever.
It's so ridiculous. He doesn't have that many subs, so there's a very good chance he'll watch this. But you know what? Caffeine and Consoles, you cracked me up with your antics. If you ever want to come here and maybe we can all reconnect with nature by playing Baby Felix Halloween on Game Boy Color.
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, it's not that great, but it is. If you were into Halloween stuff, that's a good one.
Yeah, I was playing a little bit of it actually.
We weren't complaining or figuring out what was going to be the best console, the best PC. We just were playing games. Now, back then, the only thing that mattered was playing with friends.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes every other week.